another weekly reading vlog. I haven't done one of these in a while. I did a couple centered around new book releases, A Court of Silver Flames and Chain of Iron, which I'll link in the cards and down below if you're curious about watching those. But I haven't just done a week or 2 week in my life kind of vlog, so that's gonna be kind of exciting to do that with you guys. I really want to try to show you more of my daily life. I feel like I definitely talk a lot about reading, which is a big part of these vlogs, but I don't really show you what my day-to-day kind of looks like. So yes, I'm going to hopefully do that today a little bit, and this whole vlog. As you can hear, it's really windy outside. Lots of creaking in the house. I do leave for work at about 11:30 and I do work until pretty late tonight. So I'm probably not gonna have a lot to do when I get home, but before then I'm gonna try to wedge in as much as I can. I realized I didn't introduce myself. Hello, my name is Sam and welcome to Chasm Words. I post reading vlogs and other book related content every week, at least once on Thursdays, but sometimes more than that, depending on how much I want to say, which is often a lot. For someone who's very shy and interior, I like to talk. So what am I reading right now? I am actually reading 3 books, which is weird because I hate reading more than 1 book at a time. But when I say reading, it's kind of like loose. So what's my main read? My main read is actually The Duke and I, the first Bridgerton book. I'm going to be doing a reading vlog specifically for the Bridgerton series that'll collect all of my thoughts on all the books. I'm not reading them back to back to back, so it's going to be a very long vlog and it's going to go across all the seasons and I'm going to have a lot of fun with putting it together. So do look for that. I will talk about my thoughts like as I read. I'm not going to just leave you in the dark, but it's not really going to be the main focus of this reading vlog. I am also trying to read more poetry. Poetry is not something that I am a big fan of, but I think that's just because I've never really given it a fair shake. I've only had to read it for school and I've had to like annotate it and analyze it. And well, that's all good and said. There's like analyzing you can do in your brain and understanding you can do in your brain. And it's sort of less solid sometimes than putting it on the page and having to put out like 2,000 words about a poem that maybe you didn't even like. So I'm starting with a book that it's not exactly poetry, but it's not prose. And that is Bluets by Maggie Nelson. I have had this book for a couple years now. I really wanted it when it came out and a friend gifted it to me for Christmas that year, which actually does it. I left the card in here. No, it doesn't say the year, but I did put that in there just so I would always remember. I thought this would be a good start since this is really the only like poetry I have on my shelf. And I'm going to try to read like 3 to 5 a day depending on how moved I am by it. And I expect this to take me a while. I don't want it to be quick. I'm like reading it, planning for it to take me a while. If I'm like falling in love with it, maybe I will do it quicker, but I'm not gonna like guarantee that. It probably won't happen just because I do want to take my time with it. I'm also rereading Pride and Prejudice by Jane Eyre. This is the Barnes & Noble Signature Edition, and I'm annotating it this time. I almost never annotate books, but I bought this edition in particular to annotate in because it is pretty enough that I like having it on my shelf, but it's not so pretty that I feel weird marking it up. I'm not gonna say I'm writing something set in the Regency era because I haven't really started writing it. I've just sort of started planning it. I have the characters really down pat and I know the plot. I'm doing a lot of research because I'm not super familiar with the era. And so I thought I would reread Pride and Prejudice and just mark up things that I'm like, oh, this is a neat little moment or something that feels very evocative of the era or something I might want to reference in some way in the book. So that is why I'm doing this. I'm probably through the course of the year going to do that with several Jane Austen books. I've only ever read Pride and Prejudice before. I do want to read all her books for the first time at some point this year or in the next couple of years. I guess that's quite a big ask to do it all this year. But yeah, I am having kind of fun going through it again. I really loved this when I read it. She's already met Darcy. I'm not that far in my reread. She met Darcy and he was just rude and she's already moved on. But yes, this book is so good. If you've never read a classic, I strongly recommend starting with Pride and Prejudice because it is really phenomenal. But since I am trying to read poetry this month, I thought I would read to you the first little piece from Bluets. So it's done in these like paragraphs, I guess, and they're all numbered. And I thought it would be really lovely to just read a couple to you as I come across them, maybe one a day at the location I'm at in the book. Hold on, the FedEx truck literally just pulled up to my house. We're gonna have a package. I wonder what it is. Hold on, let me go check. Oh, that's pretty big. It is mine. Does it say who it's from? Book and art print. I would guess it may be from Illumicrate. It's from the UK. It is, it's from Illumicrate. Oh, I'm so excited. It's so pretty. It's Chain of Iron. Look at it. Oh my god, I can't wait to put this on my shelf. But it also came with an art print. I didn't realize. Oh, how cute. It comes with the like cover of the beautiful Cordelia. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. That's so cute. I love that so much. Okay. What a nice digression. But yes, maybe like every morning I'll read to you from where I'm at in Bluettes. So without further ado, we're gonna start with the first one. Suppose I were to begin by saying that I had fallen in love with a color. Suppose I were to speak this as though it were a confession. Suppose I shredded my napkin as we spoke. It began slowly, an appreciation, an affinity. Then, one day, it became more serious. Then, looking into an empty teacup, its bottom stained with thin brown excrement coiled into the shape of a seahorse, it became somehow personal. How lovely. I liked that. I will bid you adieu for now. I am going to export all this footage and other footage that I have on the memory card and probably start editing videos. I want to edit my Chain of Iron reading vlog and hopefully get it up tomorrow. I think I can do it. I've done videos in a day before. It's not impossible. I do want to do some writing today. I may not. I want to, but I may not. So we'll have to see about that. Yes. I'll bid you adieu for now and see you shortly. Hello, it is Friday. Very exciting. I love Fridays. Quick updates on reading. And just a quick like weekend plan. So I've been very lucky lately to get like both Saturday and Sunday off for 2 weeks in a row. That's not happening this week. I'm off Saturday, but then I work on Sunday, so is gonna be, I don't know, an interesting weekend. I have to do laundry tomorrow. I'm literally on my final outfit. So that's a little stressful. Weekend wise, I have D&D tomorrow. I think that's it. Mostly just catching up on things. I want to edit a video so that it'll post. Yeah, really don't have a lot going on. So boring. But guys, it's been a year since COVID in America was like a serious thing. We're coming up quickly to the anniversary of me getting laid off. I have since been hired again at the same place, but I was laid off last year right around the beginning of COVID, and that's the anniversary of that is coming up, and that's kind of terrifying. You know? A little terrifying. It's a weird feeling, right? It was a weird feeling to be laid off, but it's also like a weird feeling to know I won't be. Hopefully. Oh my god. I think I'll be okay. But just, yeah, it's interesting. But reading updates. I'm still reading Bluettes by Maggie Nelson, and I am loving it. I haven't read a book like this in so long, but it is beautiful. I only let myself read 3 to 5 pages a day, and it's just really, really great. I feel like every time I put it down, there is like a major shift happening. Like shifts keep happening, and they're startling, and they're sad, but they're also not like they're upsetting, but the language doesn't allow you to be so sharply hurt by them as much as it's like a weary sort of pain, I guess. I think it's really lovely. I'm definitely going to keep up the poetry slash I'm gonna qualify this as poetry. I don't think it's directly poetry, but I think it fits in there. So I definitely want to read some more poetry, both like this and more traditional poetry. I've already taken into consideration quite a few texts that I think might be the next one to pick up. I might do the Book of Delights by Ross Gay. I've met Ross Gay. He is, in my mind, the eternal sunshine man. He's just wonderful and warm and bright, and I would love to actually read one of his books. I haven't done that, and yeah, I think I might do the Book of Delights. Also, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember the author's name, but the Book of Lost Spells. It's got like birds and poetry about birds, and I was flipping through it at work the other day, and I was like, wait, I kind of love this. So that might be the next one I pick up, poetry-wise, and also not poetry-wise, but like in a similar vein. And I was flipping through this at work the other day too. I believe it's called First We Make the Beast Beautiful, and it is by Sarah Wilson, and it is about her sort of embracing her anxiety. And I was flipping through it and read a few passages here and there, and it was lovely, and I really think that also might be the next one I pick up. It isn't technically poetry, but it does have a very beautiful language to it. I think we shelve it in the psychology section at work. But yes, I think that might also be another one I pick up soon. It might be really hard to read and personal because I also have anxiety, but yes, maybe that'll be the next one. And then Bridgerton, The Duke and I, currently reading. I'm enjoying it. I am just past 100 pages. The main plot has started, so that is exciting. I'm not loving either of the characters. I like them in the show a bit. In the book, Daphne is a lot more like boring. She's a lot less going on for her, at least so far. I will say the plot of the book is a lot further sped up than the plot of the show. Like, they have met and made their plan all in one night. Like, that's awesome. Nice and quick there. So I do kind of like how fast it's moving, and it's so easy to read, and I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it. Yes. So that's my reading updates. I've been reading as much as I can, which sadly hasn't been that much. The hours I've been working have just kind of made it difficult. Plus I've had some other things that I needed to take care of that have made it difficult. But I'm hoping Saturday, tomorrow, I'll get a bunch done. I'm also hoping that this coming week I will be more balanced again. I think I just got really unbalanced. And I didn't expect inventory, which if you didn't watch my Chain of Iron reading vlog, I did inventory, which was from 5:30 to like 2 in the morning, and then later that same day I had to come in at 2 p.m. So my sleeping schedule in life was just kind of like unbalanced for a while after that. But I thought I was more leveled out, and I'm not as leveled out as I thought I was. So yes, I think hopefully soon I will be, because I would really like to be not in this weird half productive state much longer. That would be nice. Also, it's finally like getting like warm out. It's very springy out. I am going to try to make plans with a friend to maybe like hang out in like some forest preserve or something, because I do want to get out in this weather. It's definitely like I'll miss the snow because I love the snow. Winter is my favorite season, but I've noticed that like at night if it's warm out, I want to be up longer and I feel more active just already. The seasons changing, like winter's my favorite season, but the period of seasons changing are just always my favorite times of the year. And I can feel the like energy and the, not necessarily creativeness, but just wakefulness of my soul right now, and I'm so happy about it. It makes me feel so much more productive-ish and just joyful. So hopefully I'll do some outside stuff. Time change is Sunday, I think, and after Sunday my plan is to actually try and get out more with the time change and just try to like be active and enjoy the outside and the daytime. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do that, like maybe not every single day, but like every other day, if I can like get out for a walk or some sort of adventure, or even just a ride with the top down, because I drive a convertible. I love my car. It's not much of a flex because it's like used and I'm like the I don't know how many into it owner, but it is a convertible, and I love that aspect of it. But I do really want to get outside more, and I will try to take you with me if I manage to reach these goals, because I have so few goals in my life right now. I think I can do this one. I think I can do this one. But I think that's it for updates right now. Can't think of anything else really going on. I don't know, see you in a bit, I guess. Hello, it's Saturday. I find myself unexpectedly alone at home. I have like an hour before D&D, so I'm going to put my laundry away and then I'm gonna read probably until D&D. I just spent about 2 hours editing my A Court of Silver Flames review, so that'll actually be going up. It should actually be up by now, so I'll link that in the cards somewhere. Re-watching and editing that vlog has just... I should have kept a list, because I kept coming up with more things that I had issues with in that book. Sorry, the card was filled up in the middle of me talking. Don't 100% know where I finished, but basically things that I found problematic in the vlog, or the vlog, oh, in the vlog, but also in the review more specifically, I'm looking at now, like several days after I filmed it. And I'm like, wow, that was even more problematic than I thought it was. So yeah, the book, I'm not going to change the rating. I think it'll stay at that 3 stars, but it's the book that keeps on disappointing me, even when I'm not reading it anymore. So I was also, finally, since I finally have both my review and reading vlog up, I was like, it's finally time to see what other people are saying. I have seen like on Instagram like people's reactions, but I haven't actually sat down and watched people's reviews or their own reading vlog. So I finally started doing that, and I've started with some positive ones, and I'm just like, wow, I disagree with so many of the things you're saying. So that's interesting. But like I said, I'm going to do laundry, as you can see in the time where like clearing the card took. I started doing it. My closet's a mess. I need to get on top of that. I know. And then I'm going to read until D&D, which is about 3:30, and it's about 2:30 now. So I got some time, and yes, maybe I'll do some recording of me reading. That might be fun. Also, I'm like looking out my window, and the buds on my tree have started to bloom. That's really exciting. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I will try to capture some footage of it, but it's kind of small and this camera is not the best with that. I slept so late today. My alarm went off at 7:30, and I was like, no, like half an hour more, which is fine. I do that sometimes. But the thing is, last night I woke up at 5 a.m. and then didn't go back to sleep until about 7 a.m. So my body was just not ready, and now it is 10 a.m. I have to leave for work in about an hour. So yeah, nothing getting done today. Well done, Sam. I think that's fine. I'm fine with just reading today. I'm gonna go basically make some breakfast and get ready and leave for work. I'm still enjoying Bluets and The Duke and I quite a bit. I think I will finish The Duke and I tomorrow, which is really exciting because then I get to start If on a Winter's Night, A Traveler by Italo Calvino, I think is how you say his name. And I'm really excited for that. Yes. I'm also absurdly have the urge to reorganize my shelves, but I really need a new bookshelf. Like, I don't need it. I have growing space on my current shelves, but I want more growing space. And I want to get a new bookshelf, but I need to basically, I have a shelf for my standees that's going to go up over above my closet, and then I can migrate my standees, and then my art wall is going to go behind like my TV. And then when all the Clans and standee stuff is up there, I'm going to migrate the game shelf up a little so there's room for games to grow. And then I will be ready to, I guess, clean the closet / get a new bookshelf before I clean my closet, depending on how I'm feeling. Yep. But I really have the urge to reorganize. It's gonna be a big one this time, and I cannot wait. Hello, it's Monday. Happy Monday. I last night decided to start another book. I'm still reading The Duke and I am about this far, so nearly done. I'm going to try to finish it today. I do have quite a bit to do, but I'm still going to try to finish it today. But I decided to start Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This is a book that I've wanted to read for a while, and recently I did an Instagram poll that was like, oh, what do you think I should read next? And I put this on there, and a lot of people voted for it, but I do still really want to read If on a Winter's Night, A Traveler. So I was like, okay, and I ended up getting the audiobook of this, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not even 50 pages in, but it is really good so far. I always feel a bit iffy about Arthurian stories because I love the original tales, and I think I've read a lot of bad Arthurian stories, We haven't really gotten to that kind of stuff yet in the book. And I'm not 100% sure what the book is about, other than that it is Arthurian. I've also seen some people call it dark academia, and I'm like, oh, maybe. So basically, Bree is she's a high schooler, but she gets accepted into like an early admission slash residential program slash, like, she's still in high school, but she's taking and living at a college campus courses, which I think is cool. So she's really smart. She's accepted into this the same day that her mother dies in a horrible accident. So the main story picks up several months after, when she's like her first day there. I don't know if it says how many months, but it is several months later. Oh, 3 months later. So it starts at her first day there, and she's dealing with the trauma of what has happened, and also being in a new place and feeling like a new person. And she's out cliff diving, cliff jumping with a bunch of like other students, and kind of stumbles onto this weird thing happening in the woods. There's like a secret society called the Legendborn. There's this weird guy who's like a mage. His name is Selwyn, which, since I'm listening to the audiobook, I was curious how they spell that. Oh, it is. It's spelled like in a kind of Welsh way. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. It's also got like aspects of like race politics. Like, it is like concerning at some point. At several points, Bree already has had like run-ins with authority figures, and you can tell they treat her differently. And she comments on it. Like, she's riding in a cop car, and she comments on how like she's heard stories, and like the book is doing a really good job of braiding that into the story by making it a focus of the story and of this character. You know, it is an aspect of Bree and of this world that we can't ignore, while also not making it feel forced. I feel like something like that could feel forced, and I think it's important to include in stories. So I'm happy that it's coming across, and it's horrible that it has to come across naturally at all. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think it's just being braided in there in a really natural and therefore more disturbing way. So yes, but this book, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it so far. Glad I picked it up. And of course I am still reading Bluettes, and I'm still really enjoying Bluettes. But now I would love to like sit and talk more about books in my day. I have like 20 minutes before I need to go off to work. I want to eat breakfast. I want to read a little bit of Bluettes, and then I'll probably be leaving right off there. So yes, when I get back, I work a mid-shift, so I should be back around 7 o'clock. I will hopefully get everything else I need to get done, which is reading, doing some doing some networking for this YouTube channel, and writing. I haven't written like all week, and I need to try to remedy that a little bit today. But yes, like I said, I'm listening to the audiobook, so I would probably listen to Legendborn to and from work, and it's been really good, so I have that to look forward to. Good morning. I slept in 2 hours later than I meant to. It's my day off, so it's not like an emergency, but I just wanted to get up at 7:30 and be productive from the get-go, because 7:30 is normally when I wake up, but it's like 9:35. So that's awesome. I thought I had my sleeping schedule back in order, but the time change has really messed me up. So yeah, that's fun. Also, I was planning, because it's my day off, I was like, and it's been nice lately, I was like, I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna ride my bike, I'm gonna go on a walk, I'm gonna do all these things. There's snow on the ground, and it's slushy out, and it makes me want to just be all cozy inside again, so not doing any of that. That's fine. That's fine. Plans for today: finishing the first Bridgerton book, and starting If on Winter's Night a Traveler. I also want to take a bath. I have a bath bomb that my mom picked up from Lush, so I'm so excited for that. Noodles and Company for lunch. regular productive things like writing and doing some YouTube work. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I am filming a video today. I want to film a book tag, so that'll probably be going up before this video goes up. So definitely look for that. I think it's probably about time to start wrapping up this vlog. I don't 100% know. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see where it feels natural. I would like to start off on Winter's Night a Traveler before I wrap up, because I'd like to give my preliminary thoughts. But yes, this might be winding down soon. Okay, reading updates. Let's start with Legendborn, which I've been listening to an audiobook. I am just about done with chapter 15. I'm loving this book so much. Honestly, it's amazing. It's giving me a lot of similar vibes that City of Bones did when I first read it, but it's also doing, like, I'm actually really enjoying the Arthurian part of the story. There is a lot of lore to kind of get my head around, and sometimes it's hard in the audiobook because I'm just like, oh, wait, can we go over that again? But I think I'm getting it. The only annoying thing is, like, every single character has, like, a nickname, and I'm just like, really? Like, they're cute nicknames, but it's almost, like, ridiculous at this point. I'm like, everyone doesn't need a nickname, but whatever. It's fine. It's just, like, me being like, what? But I do love it. I think it's amazing. I will definitely, assuming that it continues on this trajectory, I'm definitely going to give it 5 stars. I will definitely pre-order book 2. This is the UK edition. I got in an Illumicrate, so I'll have to pre-order the UK copy. I'm loving it. It's so good, guys. It's just so good. Like, what the hell? Why didn't I read this immediately? I don't know why I, like, didn't believe people when they're like, oh, it's so good. But it is. It's so good. It's so absolutely good. Fantastic. I also finished reading The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. I did not love this book. I only gave it 2.5 stars because there's a lot of problematic stuff in this book, and I just I don't need that in my life. I'm going to continue with the series. I've heard some people say this is their least favorite book. I've heard other people say that I think Hyacinths is their least favorite book, but this always ranks pretty low. I'm really excited for the next one. It's Anthony's book. Really excited for his season of the show. So yeah. Which means I get a start if on A Winter's Night a Traveler by Italo. What's his first name? Shit. By Italo Calvino. I'm really excited for this. This is the vintage Penguin edition with the red spine. I really love this cover. I'm really excited for this. It's like not even 300 pages, so it won't take me very long at all to read. Not 100% sure what it's about, so I'm just going to read you the back. You go into a bookshop and buy If on a Winter's Night a Traveler by Italo Calvino. You like it, but there is a printer's error in your copy. You take it back to the shop and get a replacement, but the replacement seems to be a totally different story. You try to track down the original book you are reading, but end up with a different narrative again. This remarkable novel leads you through many different books, including a detective adventure, a romance, a satire, an erotic story, a diary, and a quest. But the hero of them is all you, the reader. Does that thought sound delightful? I cannot read it. I cannot read it. I cannot wait to read it. I live for books that are meta, especially when it like involves the reader in some way. I love that. I think that's really great. I also just love books that like are about books, and this is kind of what that sounds like. So yeah, super excited. I'm going to get into this tonight, and hopefully I'll give you my first impressions tomorrow. I am pretty sure I'm going to wrap up the vlog tomorrow. So that is going to happen. But yes, super excited for If on a Winter's Night a Traveler. If I like this, I will definitely be picking up more Italo Calvino. So yeah. Yeah. All right, it's time to close out the vlog. It is Wednesday, so it's the middle of the week, but I did finish Bridgerton book 1, so kind of feels like I've come to a conclusion. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. I always have a lot of fun doing these. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I like the vlogs to look, so there's always a little bit of trial and error, but I thought I'd give you guys some final reading updates. First of all, Legend Born by Tracy Deonn is amazing. Absolutely loving this one. I'm listening to it on audiobook, like I said, but it's fantastic. I'm loving it. I'm loving the world that's being built. I'm loving the protagonist. I like a lot of the side characters. I feel like we still don't know a lot about them, but Nick is just, I love him. It's really good. If you are a fan of the OG Shadowhunter series, Mortal Instruments, I think you'd really like this one. It's great. It's great urban fantasy, and it's set at a college, even though it's still a YA book, and I love how it's balancing that. I am also, I don't know, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I have been rereading and going through and annotating Pride and Prejudice, almost called it Jane Eyre. I don't know if you can see some of my annotations. And I'm doing that because I'm just trying to find pieces. I am like highlighting favorite quotes, but also like things that feel historically relevant that I could use in a project that I'm working on writing set during a similar time period. Also, I love this book. I'm having a lot of fun rereading it. It is just as great the second time. I'm not reading it every day. I read a couple chapters here and there. But it's great. Love this book. Love this book so much. And I did start If on a Winter's Night a Traveler. Very meta, very strange. I think I'm enjoying it. I'm pretty sure I'm enjoying it. And then finally we have Bluets by Maggie Nelson, and I thought it would be great to just end this video on a part from Bluets. So this is me saying goodbye and thank you for coming by. I hope to see you guys soon. If you like this kind of content, definitely subscribe. I post reading vlogs and other bookish videos at least once a week, and lately it's been at least twice a week, so pretty great click of it. So this is numbers 88 and 89. Like many self-help books, The Deepest Blue is full of horrifyingly simplistic language and some admittedly good advice. Somehow the women in the book all learn to say, "That's my depression talking, it's not me." As if we could scrape the color off the iris and still see.